Hi, welcome back to another Meals of the Week video. So for the first night this week, I just wanted to make some hot dogs and some fries. I tried to make like a foot-long hot dog using two hot dogs that you just cook in the saucepan. And I just topped that with some cheese, some onion, and some mustard, which was actually really spicy, so I probably won't use that again. And I just got those rolls. I think they were from Asda. I think they were 45p each. And I just topped that with some chips and some cheesy fries. And I did make some spare onion barges that I had in the freezer that just needed using up because we didn't have much room at the time. But yeah, that's basically what we had for our dinner the first night. Then for the next type, it doesn't look the most appetizing, but we basically had Swedish meatballs, and I used the Swedish gravy that I got from Aldi, which was actually really nice. It wasn't as nice, obviously, as the IKEA one that you can get, but it was still nice either way, but probably not something I'd have often. I think I still prefer it with normal gravy. And I just did that with some cheesy mash and some broccoli. And yeah, that's pretty much what we had for the second night. Then next up, my partner actually cooked dinner for me tonight. He made a macaroni cheese. Probably slightly overdid it on the cheese sauce, as you can tell, but it was still really nice though. But yeah, we did it with macaroni instead. We usually use penne, which I do think I actually prefer penne. But yeah, it was nice to try the macaroni just for a change. But yeah, it was really nice that he cooked me for that night anyway. And yeah, it's essentially what we had for dinner on the third night. Then for our next night, we actually had a takeaway. This is from a local takeaway near us called Cafe Clock. And I just had the two double chicken burgers in peppercorn sauce. And my partner had a similar one, but it was dipped in like hot cheese sauce, which is really nice. I'm actually going to try and recreate this myself next week, hopefully. Probably won't taste exactly the same, obviously. But yeah, we had that, and then we had these chicken and cheese fries as well to go along with it. Yeah, so I just needed a quick, simple night because I'd been working that day and I was a little bit stressed from it. But yeah, that's what we had for this night. And next up, I made some simple, it was like ham, cheese and mozzarella paninis. I think there was some onion in there as well, which was really nice. I put in the fridge overnight and then just grilled them for about 5 minutes. So we had those, we had like half of one each, and then we had these triple cooked chips from Aldi, which were really, really nice actually. It's quite a small bag you get because it was like £2.30 for the bag. But yeah, I would still definitely buy those again. It's a quick and simple dinner for tonight. Then next up was one of my days off, and I'd made this lasagna. I keep trying to recreate it like my mum's, and she gave me the recipe and everything, but I still couldn't do it. It just never tastes like hers. But yeah, this is still was the best one I'd made so far anyway. I've only got like these quite large plates, and when there's only two of us, there's still like 2 portions left over for the next day. So we just had that for quick lunch the next day. But I just served this with some cabbage that we had left over in the fridge, and some of these bread rolls that you get from Aldi. They're like £1.89 for a bag of 8, and they're really, really nice actually to go with it. But yeah, that was what we had for dinner that night. Going to be making our gammon recipe. I usually just do this with Yorkshire puddings, and hopefully I've got some Yorkshire puddings in the freezer, but this is the way we've always done it for like the last 3 years, and it's really, really nice. This is like my little recipe book, so whenever I find something that we really love, my partner actually come up with this recipe originally. I write it in this book. This is just for us. But yeah, that's basically what we'll be doing if anybody wants to try it. But first of all, you boil some water with some onions, just chopped up onions. It doesn't really matter about the size, just to give the water flavour. And then I've made like little dices in top of the gammon. You keep the plastic on around the edge, and you just rub some turmeric, some cinnamon, some cumin, there's some parsley in there, and some coriander, and you just press it in between into the top of the gammon, and you want the water to just cover up to the top of basically the rim of the gammon, and you let that boil for about 1 hour. So once this is done, I'll show you what we do next. Then once that's done boiling, you make up your honey mustard glaze, which is honey, mustard and sugar together in a bowl. And then here, all I've literally done is just took the gammon out of the boiling water, put it on this oven tray, and you glaze it all over the top of the gammon. It went a little bit of a funny shape because of the plastic around it. It split halfway through cooking. But you just do that, and then you put some pineapple around each side of the gammon, sorry. And I just pour a little bit of the pineapple juice over it just to give it a little bit more flavour. And then you just wrap that up in the foil really tightly so it doesn't leak anywhere. And you just put that in the oven for about an hour. And then once it comes out of the oven, that's what it's going to look like. And then we just serve that up with our roast dinner with I did some cheesy mash, some broccoli, some cabbage, some Yorkshire puddings and some gravy to go with it. Then for a final recipe this week, I just made basically, it's called tatty ash. It's what my mum used to make me when I was a kid, and I still make it to this day. And it's just literally gravy, onion, corned beef, and some potatoes, and some pepper in there. It's very quick, simple, easy dinner. And you just put that on a boil for about 30 to 40 minutes in a saucepan, and it'll just come out like that. It's not the most appetizing looking dish, but it's one of my favorite dishes, and I could probably eat it every day if I could. But yeah, I just served that up with some different slices of bread that I had left over, just to dip into the tatty ash. And yeah, it was quick, simple, easy.